I'm not heartless, however. He saved my life and risked his own to reclaim my wares. There is much to consider. For now, however, treating his wounds must come first. Certain rewards earned from fates are dramatically increased. Okay. Okay, let me remember to eat. Nom 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 nom. Hey, I recognize you. You're Endaline, yes? I've heard about you. Companion to the Third Promise, a most dependable individual. The name's Nupley, and I'll have you know I'm a merchant blessed by fortune, if I do say so myself. Indeed, I believe our meeting today is no chance encounter, but the hands of fate guiding us for one singular purpose, the exchange of invaluable items at an unbelievable price. If I could direct your attention over here for just a moment. Feast your eyes on these crates of exceedingly rare and precious corrupted crystals. Beautiful, aren't they? They were extracted from remote regions of Eorzea and shine a brilliant orange hue, quite unlike your run-of-the-mill crystals, no? For you, I'm willing to offer them for the low price of 1 pel in the million column. It's nigh highway robbery at this valuation, but anything for a friend of the Third Promise. Well, for such a low price, I'd be a fool to refuse. You say that, but I don't see you reaching for your coin purse. Strange. Considering how much it set me back to purchase them, the price I'm offering should be perfectly reasonable. I don't want your rocks. I mean, these guys shouldn't be scammers, right? I think they should want to do good trades, so if he says they're worth $1 million... just to be certain, these crystals are considered priceless treasures in Eorzea, right? Oh, he got tricked. Someone scammed him. The hell? How dare they? Let me see if I'm getting this right. Not only are the corrupted crystals commonplace across the salt, but they're also highly volatile. And in the past, you had once used such crystals together with an elemental converter to do battle with powerful entities you called primals. What's more, you kept them in a warded container at all times to protect against their deleterious effects. All of which is to say, no practical use for such crystals has been discovered, meaning no one with sense would ever bother to mine them. The peddler who sold the crystals to me never mentioned a word of this. He claimed they are extremely rare in Eorzea, which is why I decided to purchase them in the first place, even at exorbitant prices he offered. Naturally, I believed him, having never seen crystals of their like. Could you blame me? But if they really have no use... Have I, Noply the Lucky, been swindled? Well, at very least, I was able to learn about the crystals through nature before selling them to some poor soul. Fortune hasn't abandoned me completely yet. At any rate, I'd like to verify whether these crystals truly hold no value. Would you be willing to help me look into this, Endaline? I need someone I can trust, and that you'd be willing to share the truth with me says a lot. Oh, what did you say there? No need to answer right away. Give it some thought if you have no interest. You're free to be on your way. If you decide to assist me, however, I'll be here waiting. You're willing to help then? Wonderful. You truly are a kind-hearted soul. Now, before I go and confront the merchant who sold me these crystals, I'd like to look into potential uses for them in Tural. For instance, crystals are in high demand among Turali mages who make extensive use of them in their rituals. And I just so happen to know a spellcaster among the distillery's guard. I'd like you to speak with them about the corrupted crystals and gauge their interest in purchasing them. In the meantime, I will see about procuring a container to ward off the crystal's harmful effects. For your explanation, preparing an elemental converter with my skills is likely impossible, but finding the requested materials for warding a vessel should be well within my abilities. The mage you'll be looking for is an individual of the Bonewa tribe. If you happen upon someone wielding a staff, chances are you found them. Hmm. Cereal. I don't know first thing about crystals. I'm not an artisan or a mage. Unusual crystals, not interested. I prefer to keep my distance from peculiarities. Peculiarities. Intriguing. I've never heard of these corrupted crystals. As a protection of arcane arts, I'll not deny they pique my curiosity. But I'm afraid I have no interest in purchasing them. If they're as volatile as you say, there is little to be done with crystals whose very nature changes on a whim. Artist introduced Shosho's persona besides the lack of ice cream? I don't know. Maybe if Shosho was there, we could ask him. I feel like Shosho's scale sona is a bit more lizardy, maybe. Ideal body this lizard has. I feel like these look like. Oh my god! Look at that codpiece, dude. What the hell? Holy crap! How can a lizard man be more lizardy? Like, you know, less humanoid. You just peel that off. Well, it depends on how tight the things on the belt is, right? Maybe it's contoured so that the belt adds just amount of pressure so it like sticks on. Shows the wears more clothes than these guys. Yeah, sure, but just because you put clothes on the lizard doesn't mean the lizard is a human. This guy's a codpiece on too. But his codpiece is attached to his tail. Is this guy's too, maybe? No. Do all the lizards just wear codpieces? Nope. Oh, that's not a lizard man, never mind. Last picture also shared of him, he's like stripping. Nice. Oh, this is more like a... More like a set outfit, I guess. More like panties. I mean, to be fair, they are lizards, so I think everything is on the inside, so it's not like anything's dangling there. And I'll just hear sexual harassing this entire village of men, scoping out everyone's bolts. Yes. And you know what the crazy part is? You want to know what the actual crazy part is there? I would do it again. I would repeat what I've done. And Twitch will not punish me for it. You enjoy it, yeah? Oh yeah. Oh, so even the mage was not interested. Nevertheless, I thank you for speaking with them on my behalf. It seems you were right, the crystals really are worthless. I may be unable to make back what I lost, but there's still one thing I can do. Endaline, I wish you to stop that Percunicus peddler from continuing his crooked ways. Will you help me? What a relief. Allow me to offer you a small token of my thanks. When you have a moment to spare, please come see me again. You must stop him before he has a chance to swindle anyone else. I did drop also for the big temple building, and there was only a fountain at the top, so disappointing. But in the place, dear lover, something else. Pay attention. On the monk. Oh, where is it? On the monk, I'm level 41 or 91. Sorry. On the gunbreaker, I haven't leveled, but we're like a little bit in there. Every moment we leave the peddler to his own devices is another opportunity for some unusual traveler to be hoodwinked. We need to figure out where he's been and where he may go next. Let's go around and Wanchunpello. If anyone else has had similar run-ins with disruptible merchants. In the meantime, I'd like you to find the scoundrel and keep him in your sights by whatever means necessary. We can't have him leaving before we've had the chance to settle this matter after all. I expect he's still in Urkupacha, visiting the markets to use his ill-gotten pel to stock up for his return to Eorzea. Like as not, he's inspecting the stalls at Ikul's Inn. Ask after a Lalafell by the name of Gigi Mulu, but be discreet. Once you find him, try to keep him occupied for as long as you can. I'm just doing side content right now. We had once kind of passed this place in the main story, so I'm just siding it up right now. You're starting spinning content for everyone culture, not yet at least. Ah well, this is a pleasant surprise to think we would meet again here of all places. You do recognize me, don't you? The merchant you spoke with on the ship to Toliodal. Oh. I neglected to impart my name to you at the time, but I shall happily rectify that now. Gigi Molu at your service. Since my arrival on the continent, I must say business has been booming. I'll spare you the details of my most recent transactions, but suffice it to say, I earned quite a handsome sum from a most generous young merchant. Really makes the lengthy voyage here feel worth the trouble. All that remains before I return to Eorzea is to purchase some commodities. Alas, ever since I felt the soothing waters of Panakpelu retreat on my skin, I can think of little else. Booming. I hate the fact that Doc ruined the words gripping and booming for everyone. You can't say grip or boom anymore. The mere mention of it has stirred my yearning to avail myself of those hot springs once more. It was a pleasure to meet you again, my friend, but I must be going. Farewell. Whoa! Hey! Yeah. He ruined gripping. What the hell? Oh, it's you again. Did you follow me here? Or perhaps you too have succumbed to the allure of the hot springs. The waters is the perfect temperature and view, ravishing. All my worries seem to just melt away. I suppose I have also Cavalier to thank for that. He's been the perfect attendant, taking care of my every need. I'm surprised you're still listening to me ramble on. If I didn't know better, I might think you came not to enjoy the springs, but to speak with me. For special fear, perhaps it would be best to speak with Cavalier instead. Oh. Oh. Do the Fear also talk to people in the bath? Well, they're not in the bath, they're in the hot spring, right? Does that count as a bath? Igimoli truly did such an awful thing, I had no idea. He only recently began to visit these springs and hired me to take care of odds and ends for him during his sojourns. I took him to be quite the affluent individual, the way he carries himself. My heart goes out to poor Nopli, but as a Pelu I'm quite intrigued by Gigimolo's trading practices. Oh god, this Lalafell introduced this dude to like to lying and scheming. Allow me to explain. Many years ago, we Pelu were looked down upon by the other people of Tural, both figuratively and literally, due to our diminutive stature. Chagrined, it is said that our ancestors decided to start wearing masks made in the image of the most powerful Tural Vidra, Valigarmanda, in order to strike fear into the hearts of all who looked upon them. Today, however, the meaning of the masks has changed. After becoming peddlers at the Dawntrail's suggestion, the masks have become to symbolize fair transactions. Indeed, they are now proof of our reputability. But focusing solely on our own profits, we endeavor to make every trade mutually satisfactory. Countless years of doing so has earned us the respect of those around us, and we now very rarely experience any belittlement. Yet it seems Gigumolu wishes only to fill his own coffers, even at the expense of those with whom he does business. It's a shame. After what he's done, no Turali will wish to barter with him again, no matter what the quality of import he has at hand. I will keep a close watch on him from now on. I don't want to see anyone else swindle out of their hard-earned pel. Though, given his present euphoria, I doubt he'll be doing anything of the sort anytime soon. That said, I'm sure Nopli must be anxious to hear from you. I have matters here well in hand. Why don't you return to him? Well, I'll return to him, alright. I'm gonna grip my way down to him. What? You met Gigimolu during your voyage to Tural? What a small world! In any case, thank you for lending your assistance once again, Endaline. It's reassuring to know Cavli will be keeping careful watch of him. As for my position here, he seems I'm presently Gigimolu's only victim. But I fear I won't be the last. There is no telling what underhanded tactics he'll use to procure those wares you spoke of, and I refuse to let him besmirch all that it means to be a merchant. I have a plan, but I'm going to need your help. I'd like your opinion on something, Endaline. Should word spread of Gigimolo's underhand practices, it won't be long before there is not a soul in all of Tural willing to deal with him. How do you feel about that? Serves him right? Depends on if he... I mean, did he know he was scamming, or maybe he figured they were worth a lot over here? Indeed, yet it would be disappointed. I would be disappointed by such a conclusion. After all, we'd lose one of the few merchants willing to voyage across the sea to do business with us. If he remains a potential trading partner in the years to come, he needs to be made to see the error of his ways. I suspect a few words of warning will do little. However, he needs to be taught a proper lesson, to feel the sting of being swindled for himself, and we shall make sure that he does, the Pelu way. First, we'll need an alluring piece of merchandise to serve as bait, hailing from across the salt to yourself. I can think of none better suited to finding something that might garner his interest. Have a look about and see what the local specialties we have to offer. I should like to know if anything catches your eye. Something rare? I can think of nothing better than a coffee plant. They'd surely fetch a handsome price, seeing as you most likely can't find them where you're from. Oh, so you can find them there. Well, in that case, I'd like to try your coffee for myself. A local specialty that's on the rarer side. How about the popotos being sold at the distillery? It's one of the few vegetables that can be cultivated at these altitudes. Oh, you already have popotos aplenty in Eorzea. Ha! Well, I'll be. If they're popular across the salt as well, I couldn't be prouder. Okay, potatoes are like... The one thing potatoes are known for, right, is being robust. You can just grow them anywhere. No one that understands potatoes would be like, oh yeah, potatoes, that's a rarity. Isn't the literal thing with potatoes that they just grow anywhere? You can almost put them into any soil and they will grow. They don't give a fuck. If it's for a merchant, they might be interested in our traditional dolls. They are believed to be good luck for business. I carry one around myself, so as it so happens. Whether or not someone unaware of its origins and significance will truly appreciate it is another question entirely. If you're looking for something out of the ordinary, I'd have to recommend an Uluon Bristol hairbrush. They're good at keeping alpacas free of fleas, and they'll help prevent skin conditions among other things. And while you're expecting them to turn and spit on anyone tugging on their hair, the alpacas seem to enjoy the grooming. It's a simple way to keep them healthy and happy. People can use these brushes too, obviously. The Ulion's bristles help distribute natural scalp oils, and strip the hair of leftover dead strands to promote a healthy scalp. It's surprisingly gentle on the skin too, so it's little wonder they've grown so popular. Popotos and coffee plants do not seem like a bait enticing enough to draw Gigumolu's interest. The doll and hairbrush, on the other hand, may just be enticing enough. Report back to... No. Hey, son. How's Mr. Orso doing? You returned. I take it you found an item or two of interest? I see an Uolon's Bristol hairbrush and one of our traditional dolls. Must admit, whether such dolls would truly be desirable to an outsider is a bit dubious. I think it's best safe to go to hairbrush. My thanks for finding a suitable bait. Normally they go for one pel in the 10,000 column, But to teach our curious peddler a lesson, I'll offer one for 1 pel in the 100,000 column. Lest you worry, I won't actually sell it to him. I'm just giving him a taste of his own medicine, so you can come to understand why a fair and honest deal is so important to we Pello Pello. More importantly, I wish to convey something to him. Merchant to merchants. So what do you say? Will you lend me your aid? Yeah. Thank you. Let's give Gigumolu an offering he can't refuse. All that remains is for me to begin my negotiations with Gigimolo. However, even should I approach him, I expect he wouldn't be willing to bend an ear to anything I have to say. But if you, a fellow Yorsian, were to whisper in his ear of a merchant dealing in exotic wares he won't find elsewhere, I dare say his interest will be piqued. I expect he's still soaking in the spring, so try searching for him, first at Panakapella Retreat. If you join... Oh. I will join you after procuring a suitable store of hairbrushes. Every area is probably gonna have one of these quest lines that's like kind of longer than the other ones. So far these quest lines have been pretty decent though. Also, is a dog? Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Oh, that's a good question. A dog or a dog? Imagine my surprise when I found out that as well. Yeah. How did you even find out? Oh, that's what this is just for. Oh, I'm dying. Nothing a little self-healing can't fix? Oh, my Chocobo's not anymore either. That probably explains a lot. My Chocobo's almost level 20. I did a reverse image search. Oh, nice. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Should I do that with my dogs too? To see their dogs? I would be shocked if I found out that Logan was a dog, honestly. One more? No, you shouldn't. You won't like the results. Okay. Now I'm a bit worried, though. 1,000,000 XP? Damn. Okay, dude. Sure. Oh. If there was a search login, the result will be something like F-35 multi-role stealth fighter. I mean, that's probably worth a lot of money, though, right? How much is an F-35 multi-role stealth fighter worth? Ah, it's you again. I take it you two are unable to resist the allure of these waters. I see, and you wish to introduce me to this merchant of exotic wares. How thoughtful of you. I'm honestly surprised you remembered that I've yet to find suitable goods to take back to Eorzea. Very well, I shall meet this merchant, but I can hardly sit at the negotiation table in little more than a bathing towel. Pray wait for me below while I make myself presentable. Like a few million maintenance annually, not worth it. Well, I can sell it though, is what I'm saying. And also as an investment, I could probably make like money just by owning it, right? I made my cereal. What? But I keep clicking in OBS. What is this? Oh, okay. If I lock that. Wait. Oh yeah. I kept clicking that in OBS. I kept lighting up. It was annoying. Thank you for waiting. Now, where is this merchant you wish to introduce me to? No plea. I see, so you two are in cahoots. If you want to return the corrupted crystals, I'm afraid I do not accept refunds. Didn't I tell you? I'm here to make you an offer. Make me an offer? I wasn't born yesterday. Whatever it is you're planning, I want nothing to do with it. The Pelopello, Dawntrail is blah, 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 whatever I said. Happiness through merchant style or whatever. Hogwash, you really expect me to believe I could benefit from another deal with him? This is not only for your benefit, but that of new customers you're certain to meet in the future. Commercial endeavors upon my mask, I swear it. You can swear upon whatever you like, I still won't believe you. The only thing I trust less than your words is your meager eye for quality. Any product selected by you, your hand is one unworthy of my stalls. You want to list him out? No, I will not. The rash fool bought my entire stock of corrupted crystals without a second thought. How can I put faith in such utter lack of this discernment? You selected it? Well, now that changes things, considering your wealth of experience with both Eorzea and Turl. Yours are eyes I can trust. I see you have your, we have your attention. Then without further ado, allow me to present to you my premium selection of high-quality alpaca hairbrushes. The bristles are firm yet subtle, gentle on the skin and exceedingly pleasant to touch. Even the most sensitive alpacas can't get enough of it. Indeed, I dare say, these brushes are unparalleled quality. We already have brushes for livestock in Eorzea, Furthermore, the market for such a commodity would be limited to farmers, all but squandering any chance of profits. I will not purchase any product merely because it's of good quality. I must admit, as a merchant, it is important to always make myself as personable as possible. Yet I'm confused as to why you would ask. Ah, so you could use the brush as well. Then may I try it for myself? If it makes a quality product for men and women of good taste, then the potential market would expand considerably. Here's ASMR, guys. Oh my, this is quite lovely. The way the bristles gently caress my scalp, each stroke gliding through my hair like a gentle breeze, and somehow every strand falls perfectly into place. My hair has never felt so soft and smooth. Yes, consider me interested. I dare say the brush will sell themselves to those with a like-minded taste for elegance. Now let's discuss payment. By my estimation, a single brush would be worth roughly 10,000 pel, give or take. Ah, speaking of worth, I forgot to mention one terribly important detail. The brushes are made with the hair of a creature indigenous of Tuturol, the Uolon. Specimens are painstakingly chosen for each brush by a master craftsman, paying close attention to the beast's age, as well as the texture, thickness, and strength of the hair. I'd say a single brush is worth no less than 2 pel in the 100,000 column. I beg your pardon, 200,000 pel for a brush? You must be out of your mind. I shall take my business elsewhere. Wait, after purchasing the corrupt crystals from you, I am in urgent need of funds. If you agree not to disclose this to anyone else, I'm willing to sell the brushes to you for half the price. You do go so far as to offer them at half their market price, and it certainly comes as no surprise that you lack capital. I may find a more opportune bargain. I may not find. Very well, you have yourself a deal. I shall use all the pel I have on hand to purchase as many brushes as you can offer. To think that the man I swindled would offer me such a bargain. The Pelu may make for better customers than they do merchants. This guy's such a giga asshole. Now then, let us return to my storehouse in Wushun Pelo to finalize our transaction. I trust that is fine with you, Gigimolu? Indeed, I shall make a short detour to Ikulvas Inn to gather my things before joining you. Pray excuse me. The negotiations went rather well, I do say to myself. I cannot thank you enough for your assistance. But now, the negotiations can truly begin. You should hurry back to Monchupelu as well. The lighting was so much better, it's insane. Wait, Iterate is level 95. Jesus. What level is Shida? Oh, no, well, 90. Oh, she's in the main hall. All that remains is the final exchange. Dear Nopli truly is a generous soul. You're washed, old man. You're here, Endaline. Now that we're all assembled, let's continue our discussion. What is there to discuss? The deal is already agreed upon. All that remains is the exchange of goods. Are you sure? Even if I told you that the actual value of the brush is a single pel in the 10,000 column? What? You deceived me? Oh, no, nothing of the sort. I merely followed your example. I do personally believe that a single brush is worth 2 pel in the 100,000 column. I also urgently need funds after purchasing those crystals. But more importantly, the brushes are of unparalleled quality. I think I would be outfoxed by the man I took for a fool. Yet why tell me its true value now? Had you remained silent, you could have made back all the money you lost. I find that a strange question. Are we not both merchants? Rather than prey on one another, hoping to make our fortunes in a single exchange, would it not be mutually beneficial for us to, in the long term, to become trade partners? As far as I'm concerned, this is a chance I can't afford to let slip away. Foreign merchants willing to sail all the way to Tural are few and far between, and I certainly won't have the wherewithal to travel to Eorzea myself anytime soon. After all I've done, you would ask to be my trade partner? I ply my trade in a city called Ulda, where the unspoken rule of business is to deceive or be deceived. To seize the opportunities you can and quickly move on. Long-term profits have ever been the furthest thing from my mind. When I first saw you, Nopley, I could sense your naivety. Thus did I approach you, with a mind to exploit it, and pawned my worthless corrupted crystals into your eager hands. At the time, I thought it simply business as usual. And yet, I'm wholly embarrassed by the thought of it now. That you would use the same ploy against me, and for even greater profit, makes it all the more shameful. Nopley, I am Where's my Firefox at? Where's Firefox? Oh, there it is. Nopley, I'm truly sorry for deceiving you. I shall return all the money I took from you, and make what amends I can for the trouble I've caused. I do not deserve your forgiveness, let alone your partnership. But if you're certain that is the best course... I am, but forget about the money. I'd like you to bring back more of those corrupt crystals. If I find some use for them, we'll have a product that can be easily sold for a premium, and we can corner the market here in Tural. I'm happy to oblige, but until such a time the crystals become profitable here, I could not proceed in good conscience without a product we can both benefit from. If it please you, I'd like to explore our options. I couldn't have convinced Gigi Molu without your help, Endaline. Together, I believe he and I can bring other happiness through trade in not only Tural, but Eorzea and beyond. I prepared a small gift for you to show my thanks, though it is hardly enough. I hope this is of some benefit to you during your travels, and if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to find me. And they lived happily ever after. That was a good Yakuza Sub-Story moment, though. There are stones everywhere. Another bearded dude. Man with beard. Say, you look like an intrepid individual. I could really use your help with something. A short way from here in Shabameki, exceptionally large, shall we say overgrown, Magamagui are known to appear. I'd like you to take one down and retrieve an enlarged bulb from its body. As for why, I'll tell you upon your return. Alright, so he wants to go murder a creature I know nothing about, and then he'll tell me why later. That sounds very reasonable to me, at least. Go murder something, I'll tell you why later. That makes sense. Adds up. I think we'll do these quests up here before we do that, though. I like doing the quests one at a time because then they don't like just mix together. Like you're sure exactly what you're doing. We did the coffee farmer already, so I'm gonna repeat to that one. Unless it's for Giga XP. You there, might I beg your assistance with something? I was taking a stroll through the valley the other day when I discovered coffee beans scattered in the brush, with not a coffee plant in sight. Curiosity got the better of me, and so I brought some back here to brew. The taste was simply exquisite. I'd like to acquire more, but therein lies the problem. I found the beans in Chabameki, an area south of here known to be the territory of mountain bears. They tear me to shreds, but something tells me you could manage the trip. Here, take these smoke bombs to drive back the bears and bring back whatever coffee beans. Okay, so he found bear poop. This guy found bear poop, guys. Oh. Guaranteed that this guy found bear poop. Guaranteed that he's referring to bear poop right now. I'm saying feces from a bear. Yeah, bears actually eat the beans, fermenting them. Oh, is that true? Interesting, my darling. Alpi didn't spit at your approach, which can only mean she trusts you, and if she does, then so do I. As such, I would ask a favor. Recently, a sack of premium coffee beans was stolen from our storehouse. The thieves came in the dead of night, but I was wide awake to catch them in their act. A band of Hubigo mercenaries. My brave Alpi spat on their leader square in the face, and thanks to her saliva's distinct scent, I was able to track them down. They were well armed, however, so I resolved to give up on the beans. But for a strapping lady like you, contending with those thieves shouldn't be a problem. So please, I beg you, go to Kanka and teach them a lesson. Bear poop coffee? We talked about that earlier, right? We talked about some poop coffee earlier. I want to drink poop coffee. I bet you do. Is the name like Von Kaiser? That makes a lot of sense. That's low? What? Why? Even for you? Even for you. That is low, even for Endaline. I would not expect that even from someone as you. Oh. I can use this gear on my gunbreaker. Damn. Are those some torn open stockings? I guess I should slowly let myself be demoshified, huh? As the expansion happens. Damn, look at these stockings. I'm looking. Are you gripping and looking, or? Roar. Round mound of dirt. Oh yeah, coffee beans. I love coffee beans. Ran navigates through the sticky soil, finally grasping something solid within a clump of coffee beans. Looking respectfully. Oh, nice. That's very nice of you. Oh. The soil is warm to the touch and surprisingly moist. Nevertheless, you plunge your hands inside and then retrieve a dripping clump of coffee beans. The stench emanating from this mound of soil is a veritable assault on the nostrils. But you persevere in the name of delicious coffee and stick your hands inside to claim one last clump of coffee beans. Ass coffee. Ah, wonderful. You've returned. I'm glad to see you still have all your appendages. Ah, but tell me, were you able to find some more of those wondrous coffee beans? These coffee beans are covered in putrid-smelling soil. Marvelous, thank you. Ah, but they do seem to be covered in... Is that soil? Well, this appears to be dung. That would explain... Ah! As omnivores, mountain bears feed upon flora and fauna alike. Unbeknownst to us, however, it seems they've developed a liking for our coffee plants and have been snacking on them in secret. But because the beans are difficult to digest, they remain whole in the bear's leavings. I suspect that while inside their stomachs, the flavor and fragrances of the plants and fruits the bears normally eat permeate the beans, diminishing their bitterness and resulting in coffee beans with fruity, sweet flavor. A most intriguing discovery, one I couldn't have made without your help. Thank you. I dare say we have a new premium blend of coffee in our hands. Bear poop coffee? Ah! I was wrong class. Whatever. Like me riding my bike with these torn open stockings. The smell, I can't get rid of the smell. But who are you? Right up there today, boys, get her. The hell? How about you get this? You stinky bitch. Ach, two. I killed your friends. Boys, damn, you'll regret this. Full plucked fresh off a felled Mega Magui. For blessing the sack of coffee, it smells nothing like the thieves who stole them. They're stinky because they're thieves. That's how that works. If you're a thief, you're stinky. You returned and look None worse for the wear. What a relief. Our precious coffee beans, thank you so much. I knew I could trust you. Coffee's popularity continues to soar, as does the demand for it. I'm afraid incidents like this one have grown increasingly more common. Everyone's been pouring their hearts into this to make the most delicious coffee possible and give the Mate tea farms a run for their money. Yet those thieves try to steal the very fruit of our labors. Bad apples, a lot of them. And you know what? Know a bad apple when you see one, don't you? Alpi? They deserve to be spat on. Patui! Patui! Oh, sorry about that. I got a little carried away, but I've been taking up enough of your time. Here, a little something for your troubles. And spittle. Oh. Well, I will never need that earring, but thank you. I guess on that level 91 this doesn't do anything anymore, right? So forgive me, traveler. Might I have a moment of your time? I'm a merchant from Tuliulal, here on business, but I've felt sick as a dog ever since I arrived. The Pelepule boy I hired as a guide to show me around these parts gave me one look before suddenly heading north, muttering something as he left. He was speaking too quickly for me to catch what was said, but I feared a mere sight of me upset him somehow. If it wouldn't be too much trouble, would you go and offer him an apology on my behalf? He ran off towards the tea field north of here, but if there's no sign of him, I'm sure someone nearby would have seen where he went. Did I see anyone pass by this way recently? Why yes, actually, the local guide. He was gathering fresh tea leaves here just a moments ago. But a rather rambunctious alpaca did something to agitate him. I couldn't hold back a chortle as he chased after it. I fear he may have heard... At any rate, he was heading towards the hill northwest of here. Who are you and what do you want? If you had noticed, I'm rather busy at present. Upset? Me? Why would he... I was speaking too fast again. An unfortunate misunderstanding. The merchant has clear case of altitude sickness. It's not uncommon in those traveling to Urupakacha for the first time. The best cure for it and most things is mate tea, which is why I was collecting tea leaves earlier. But just as I finished packing them into my bag, this wild alpaca came and snatched it. Now to have it back, it's time to get to brewing. Bye, alpaca. Yes, drink up. There you are. He told me everything, and it seems I was mistakenly sent you on a wild alpaca chase. Forgive me. As for his tea, I'm feeling much better. The mate tea is a vital source of nutrients in these islands. I'm sure you can promote it as a nourishing potable back in the markets of Tuliolal. Why not buy some in bulk now? You're not only a good, talented guide, but a convincing salesman. Very well, I'll give your offer some thought. But first, might we continue our tour? Thank you again, traveler. I hope that my experience can serve as a lesson for us both to be properly prepared when journeying to high altitudes.